Go ahead with Coach.
Bob, Atlanta, what did you see from them that maybe you could exploit tonight and to see the success that you had with Russell, particularly scoring 3 goals?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're quick. We were in clean 3-4 other times, and we couldn't get a shot off. They're so quick, So they're explosive. You saw that at 1-0. They could have had 3 goals in the span of 10 minutes. The game got wide open, and we knew that. I mean, we talked about it. They're unbeaten in their last 3, and they've scored 12 goals. So we knew they were explosive. We got to slow them down. If we slow them down, we'll get chances because they're pretty wide open. I mean, they make the field really big. They're very direct. They throw a lot of guys forward. You've got to be able to slow them. And if you can find outlets, there's a lot of space. I mean, I was disappointed that every time in the first half, it was just a trade-off. They're fresher. They didn't play 3 days, 4 days ago. I told them at halftime, yeah, we're up 3-1, but the game is wide open. And, we were up 2-0 against Miami and lost 3-2. We need to get a hold of the game and not make it so wide open. You could see the fatigue in Russell, Dixon, Canardo because of playing 5 games in a short window. Those guys played a lot of minutes. So, look, we scored good goals. We defended pretty well in the second half. I thought we could have managed the game better, but they're hard to play. I mean, we can make all the assumptions, and the reality is they're hard to play. I mean, they're flying at you. They're dangerous off the dribble. They've got quickness. They can combine. They're fearless. It's a little bit of the loud New York, and it's just it's chaos. We maybe executed a little bit better in those moments in transition. Maybe kept our lines together a little bit better. And, even though we were tired in the second half, we were steadier. It's nice to get that 4th goal because, at 2 goals up, if you give up that goal, the heat's right back on you. I'm proud of them for responding after that, loss against Miami and a tough, another one in Charlotte. We had 2 home games that we had to do well in. It would have been nice to win both, but we got back halfway back with a draw against Tampa, and then we won tonight. 5 games in our 8-game, 8 games in less than a month with 5 games through it. We have a few more days. We traveled Sunday already, and we traveled Friday to Hartford. So it's not a full week, and it's going to feel even tighter with the travel, the long bus trip. And we had to do recovery tomorrow. So, the work we get on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be important. But at least we're not playing on Wednesday. I mean, I just want a little bit more time for them. That game in Hartford is going to be really important next Saturday.
What does it say about Russell after this penalty or a stop penalty? He's able to rebound a bit later and scored. I think he got the first hat trick for you guys in a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Nico had one at some point. We didn't. It's 16 games. Look, he finished his chances tonight. I think he works hard for the team. He tries to get in dangerous areas. And, it's nice to see him. He had a really fast start. He cooled down a little bit. To get him some big goals tonight. I think it always helps the striker. He worked hard defensively. He held balls up. He did a lot of things besides score 3 goals tonight. And it's important for how we play. even his third goal, I mean, Dix is unselfish, and finds, I always like to see that when we're combining and finding ways to put players in better positions. But there's no doubt Russell will get in the box. He wants to score goals, and tonight he was rewarded for that.
Can you talk about the how well Tommy Williamson's been playing, finding ways to score? It seems like he does a good job of holding the ball up top and keeping possession.
I feel he's got to get better at that. I mean, he's got to be stronger at times, but he does have a good nose for goal. But he's working hard. I mean, he's working hard in training. He knows his job. He's got to hold as many as he can. He's got to connect to bring players into the game. He's not a forward that's going to do it on his own. But his instincts in the box are good, and he's chipping in with goals, and he's still playing more minutes with Dequa not getting the time. But I think for a lot of these guys, we got to keep getting better, and I think he's one of those guys that's got to hold more balls, and he's got to make better decisions on the ball. I like when they're getting their moments to grow, and this was one of those nights for him to grow.
Obviously, seeing Robbie Mertz out there tonight, he's playing his usual work rate and doing things he does really well. But what did you see even going into this match on tape?
When we watch tape, he's back healthy. Missed some time, and he's really influential with that set of players. And we having the tape, fortunately, because if we'd played him cold, I don't know I could envision how explosive like a player like Mateus is, or Mackie Chol. Like they just have, they're bringing Jackson Conway down from the first team, who moves well for a big man, but even their wing backs have pace and they're good off the dribble. But he, a lot of goals, even if he doesn't get the assists, a lot of their attacking moments go through him. He makes good choices. He's been getting goals and assists recently, where the video I'm watching is not from the beginning of the season, it's where they are now. And he's played a big part in it. And, so obviously our guys that played here know him well. We had to play well. I mean, we were not in the first half. We started great, missed the penalty, get the goal. But the minute we scored the goal, we're only, 7 minutes in, 5 minutes in, and we have a bunch of guys running this way and a bunch of defenders way back here and a whole lot of space in the middle of the field. And that game, all of a sudden, our attacking guys, good that the onslaught is on and everyone wanted to go forward. And the defenders, they're fast and we're going to sit back here. And that game got so stretched. And it was instant chaos for us. And anytime one of their players got the ball, the helping defender was 20 yards away. I mean, we were on islands for a good portion of that first half. And that is a dangerous way to play against a team that's as quick and explosive as Atlanta. I think we kept our lines better and our shape better in the second half. Towards the end of the first half, it got better because I tweaked something. I don't know, the 35th minute when we got the third goal, I'm like, okay, let's try to get to the half without conceding, at least at 3-1, and then we have that going into the second half. We were able to kind of weather that. Robbie is for me, a fantastic player in our league. He's doing well there. It was good to see him after the game. He had good support here as well. So he did a lot for us in 2 years in this year.
Overall health of the team. I know you're right now. You're nice to have those 5 days in between games, but
yeah. Well, hopefully Russell had a tweak at the end of the game. I mean, hopefully that's not, even up a few goals, if they get one with 15 minutes to go and it's 4-2, the game's not over against a team that's that wide open. They're just going to keep running 100 miles an hour and trying to get in behind you, dribble at you, and shoot from anywhere, cause chaos. I think they did a good job, Russell, Kenny, of giving what they could in the second half, and we knew we'd make some timely subs to kind of get us over the line. But, Kenny, Dix, they did rest. Some of them, we're hopeful to get Jordan back at some point. Dover. Jalen Robinson, has been out in the last couple of games. So he'll hopefully get healthy at some point because it just gives us another option. Deep was out long term, so for us, we're still looking at possibly bringing another forward in and trying to give us more depth with attacking players. But if we can get through 3 more games, then you only have 1 game a week. So, I mean, it's not, it's nice to see Tom Judge come in, and even Wyatt came on and I thought did well. I mean, he won some head balls, he worked hard, he held on to the ball when he could. We're getting better, and obviously can't read too much into this game because it's so much different. Maybe it's somewhat similar to when we play Loudon or New York, but this game has no relevance to the next time we play Charlotte or Charleston or Miami or Hartford or Tampa. So, okay, we got the goals. Well, yeah, we got the goals because they're wide open. And when you go play Charlotte, they're experienced. They're not going to leave any gaps. You got to work a lot harder to create chances. So I don't think we can we just have to move on. It was a result we needed. We got it. They worked hard this week to get the draw against Tampa and win. Tonight, we got to put it in our rearview mirror and say, look, the most important game of the season right now is against Hartford, because all these teams are lingering, and we need to win these head-to-heads. And the last 3 head-to-heads in our division, we lost to Miami, we lost to Charlotte, and we tied Tampa. And we got to win these head-to-heads. So to me, it starts with Hartford on next Saturday.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Russell will field your questions here. Go right ahead.
Russell, what was that what you expected from Atlanta tonight, to have those type of opportunities, especially sometimes coming direct, getting those kind of passes over the top?
Yeah, definitely. We knew they're a very possession-based team, and sometimes they can turn the ball over in not great areas, and we would have chances to counter. And with the passes that we have in the midfield, and people like Tommy Williamson and myself making runs forward like that, we're going to be dangerous on the counter. And I think we proved that tonight.
After the penalty, they showed your face on the jumper drawing. You had a very disappointed look, but was it nice to have it a minute later to have an opportunity to score to kind of put that away?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely took a lot of weight off my shoulders after missing time. It was one of the unbelievable passes that Dixon to get an opportunity like that a couple minutes later, just to build my confidence back up a little bit. I think that was important for me.
You and Dixon, you guys seem to be like a great duo, always finding each other. How is it playing with him on your side?
Yeah, it's awesome. And like I've been saying the whole year, the chemistry between us is getting better and better. We're pretty experienced in this league, and I know what kind of runs he likes to make. He knows what kind of runs I like to make. We're always communicating on the pitch. Like even on that third goal, I was gonna
stay back and let the defense flat. He told me to keep running hard because he must have saw a line, so I made that run hard, and that's how that final goal came out. So, I mean, like I said, the chemistry is just getting better and better every game.
It got a little chippy there in the second half. I think you went down at one point too, but it seemed like more their frustration. But what was going on out there? I mean,
Yeah, definitely. I think we were scoring a couple goals, so they're going to get frustrated. They weren't creating that many chances, and they're a team that likes to create a lot of chances. And so, sometimes when you're a little bit younger players, you have short temper. I know I did when I was younger, so some stuff like that. I mean, it's just how it goes sometimes. Nothing too bad. I think both teams walked away from it.
With the way the pace of the game was, what did you guys discuss to kind of slow things down?
Yeah, I think in the second half we played a little bit better defensively. We didn't let the game become as open. We picked our moments to counter, but we didn't let them have a lot of freedom in there. So I think that helped us. And we were coming off a stretch of playing like a ton of games. I know players like myself, Kenny, Dixon, have put in a lot. Our defenders have put in a lot of minutes. So we had some tired legs, so we had to manage the game a certain way. I think we did a pretty good job.
You personally, do you feel more comfortable being the top guy, or do you like kind of being the wing underneath attacking?
Definitely, I think I would like to be underneath a little bit more. Just not the biggest guy, so fighting with those big center backs on your back all the time is. I mean, the way we play so fluid, sometimes I'm going to find myself up there and I have to be able to deal with it. And I'm comfortable with it, but I mean, just everything.
Okay.
Any message from Bob that anything that stood out in the halftime talk today? I mean, you were up 3-1, but there's always that concern with the way the game was playing. It was so open.
Yeah, I mean, that was his main thing, is that we got to tighten the game. He said the lines between our defenders and the attack, we were like defending the 5 and attacking with 5, and they were kind of, in the first half, they were kind of controlling the midfield. And I think we sorted that really well, and they weren't having those runs to the midfield like they were in the first half. And then, I mean, before the game, we knew that we were talking about the counterattack situations that we would have and the runs that me and Tommy should make. And so I think he got this tactic spot on today.
Just one follow-up in terms of your, you've scored 11 goals now with the Riverhounds. First hat trick. Probably we were talking in the press box. I think we may have seen it first hat trick maybe since you played Mercyhurst with UB or something
I
like
only
that.
had one in college, so yeah.
Right. Is that what I was going to say? What's that like? Does it feel?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I scored 2 goals in a game a lot of times, and I was never able to get over that hump. So, and of course, I did it the hard way by missing a penalty tonight too. So, I mean, when we got passes like that pass that Danny Griffin gave me, or the 2 that Dixon gave me, Kenny's giving me a pass. I mean, it's amazing how he does this.
Good.